liars in the religious world to come out and tell us, you know, after Noah's flood, what happened to all that water? I'm asking everybody out there the logical answer of what happened to that water. I know you're not gonna be logical. I know you're gonna fib. I know you're gonna tell the lie that was told to you. You don't have an answer. You don't have no answer. But I want anybody out there that, I'm gonna give you an opportunity, because the way I look at it, is that all the oceans are already filled. The valleys are filled. The water is over. The water is over the mountains. And so the water is all around the world. Where did the water go? You see? There's nowhere for the water to go. Now, I know you're going to tell me that God got thirsty one day and drunk the water. God just started drinking and drinking. But I'm just telling you these tall tales that people believe in. Telling all these tall tales that people believe in. And this is one of them, to believe that the whole world was destroyed by a flood. You see? And yeah, it is flood stories, very similar. And if they say that the whole world was flooded, then they telling a damn lie too. Telling a damn lie. I could understand if you saying your area of the world is flooded. I can understand that where they use the term biblical, it's very catastrophic. It's very, but ain't no way you gonna make me believe that the whole world was flooded at one time. Because there's nowhere for the water to go. Just like the oceans. You see, when you got that much water, it ain't going nowhere. I want people to answer. You see what I'm saying? And if you can't figure it out before we get off of this live, you can always come back and put it in the comments. Because they've been waiting almost 3,000 folks the answer, to this tall. You see, the reality is Noah would have been floating for the rest of his life. You see, and if anybody, eventually they would have died. Because I know they ain't gonna, what else? I don't understand how you could live on a boat, and keep populating and things of that nature from, it's just you, your wife, and your that's a dead end, right? Dead end. So ain't no that's the end of the story. That's the end of the story right there. So they probably would have ate all the animals on that boat. They would have, unless they was gonna eat fish. You see, unless they was gonna eat fish, they would have been eating giraffes and hippopotamuses, and you understand what I'm saying? Y'all would have been having, Noah and them would have been having rhino ribs. Yeah, they would have been having rhino ribs and hippopotamus burgers, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Alligator soup and goddamn giraffe souffle and all of that. And then after they would have ate all them animals on there, you see what I'm saying? Or they would have ate their ass after a while. Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause how much food you got on I mean, how much food you got on the ark? You see, you can't feed no damn lion, no damn salmon, or no damn, they only eat, they eat meat. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, what you gonna feed a lion? What you gonna feed these carnivorous animals on that ark? So you ain't got long to figure it out. The fact is, family, there would have been nowhere for that water to go. It would have been nowhere for that water to go. Just like the oceans is filled, that water would have stayed on this planet. Because and if you go down in the oceans, you will see valleys all down in the oceans. So once the valleys fill up on the planet, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's nowhere else for the water to go. So, and so that story right there, as far as it being because they try to make it seem like that's the new Genesis. That's the new Genesis. And see, this is a story. People have to understand why they created the flood story, the flood myth of Noah, because they wanted to wash away all the history that came before them and say, oh, this is where we're going to start right here. You see, and the ark supposedly landed on Mount Ararat, which is in the Caucasus Mountains. Imagine that. Imagine that the ark, how convenient is it that the ark would have landed in the Caucasus Mountains on Mount Ararat? You know what I'm saying? So now you done relocated the Garden of Eden. You done relocated the Garden of Eden. And so the people left Mount Ararat and they walked all the way down to southern Iraq, Mesopotamia, and Nimrod, built the Tower of Babel and all of that. And see that, and that's another story in itself. It's just so many inconsistencies in these stories. I just don't believe how y'all could, this shit is fairy tales. This is worse than, at least when we read Dr. Seuss and Aesop fables, we know we reading fables. I respect that. When we read Dr. Seuss and we read Aesop, we know we reading fables. We understand we reading fables. But when we read the Bible, y'all actually believe. And I know in the back of your mind that you don't believe it. Because, make it believable. You got it. Make it believable. Okay? Make it believable. Ain't no reason why God can't make information believe. This is Almighty God. You can't lose, God. But when your book is inconsistent, you see, that's a weak God. I can't respect nothing like that. And so you're going to have to tell me how that water got up, because it said that the water began to recede. And so the question becomes, if it's water all over the mountains, do you know how many miles up a mountain is? Do you know how many? When you think about Mount Everest, how many miles up? How many miles up is Mount Everest? I'm about to find out. Woo, 5.5 miles high. 5.5 miles high, Mount Everest is, in the sky. So that's a lot of water, man. That's a lot of water. So you got, that's just covering the mountains. You see, to the base of the foothill of the mountain. You see what I'm saying? So you got 5.5 miles high water, and that ain't talking about the ocean. That ain't talking about the ocean, because when you get to that, you're going to go down even deeper. So, man, just think of the abyss. It's one thing to have been over land, but imagine being in them areas where it's already an ocean and you got 5.5 miles of water on top of the ocean. So you talking about an abyss. Whoo, going straight down. Ooh, man, that's unimaginable, man. That's unimaginable amount of water that would have been on the planet. It's nowhere for the water to go, y'all. So just give up on that. You see what I'm saying? Please do that. But anyway, family, if you got an answer, leave it down in the comments. Make sure we got fire presentations over on Patreon, uncut information. Get over there and get it, family. I'll see y'all real soon. Boom, Black Pop.